take a look at how a second baby changes family dynamics, we're joined by Dr. Dina Kulik in Toronto. She's an assistant professor in the Department of Pediatrics at the University of Toronto. She's also the founder of DrDina.ca, a resource for all things related to kids' health. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
What do you think this first night home will be like for the young family?
It's an interesting first night. I can say that after having 3 now. It's difficult to get used to having not just 1, but now 2. You know, having a toddler that might have some sleeping issues, add that to your fatigue, having a newborn, feeding in the middle of the night. It's an interesting transition for sure.
Now, the most important change in the family dynamic will be what, do you think?
Sibling rivalry, jealousy, getting used to not having undivided attention from your parents.
How do parents, what do you recommend to parents in managing that? You know, if a sibling rivalry is going to start up, how do parents work that out?
I think from the get-go, it's really important to give lots of individual attention to both children. So of course, you're going to be giving lots of attention to the newborn with feeding frequently and, you know, soothing the baby, but spending particular quality attention with and quality time with the older children or older child is really important. So a lot of dividing and conquering. You know, mom or dad is with the baby, the other one is with the older child. Lots of one-on-one time, you know, special dates with your older child. I like giving the older one a little bit of responsibility too. So simple things like helping grab diapers or a wipe for the baby or a bib, you know, helping clean their feet is one thing we like to do with our older children. They have some responsibility. They tend to take more ownership, feel more, you know, the big brother, big sister role, and less like the baby's taking the attention away.
Now, speaking of attention, you know, with all families, with all newborns, there are a lot of photos, but not every young infant, like the princess, has paparazzi outside the hospital waiting for you. How does this spotlight affect a family like this?
Well, it's a different, you know, kind of story than what, you know, most of us Torontonians experience for sure. So presumably there'll be more expectations put on them, more criticism. You know, they're on a spotlight, right? So with being famous, having celebrity, being the royal family comes lots of resources and, you know, money, you know, different opportunities, but also lots more expectation, which can be difficult to manage.
With parents having a second child, do they sometimes raise the second child differently from the first?
In my experience, it seems to be that way. I find that most commonly parents of one child, you know, the first child, they have a lot more nervousness going in, anxiety. They don't know what it's going to be like next year, next month, a few years from now. Once you have a second child, parents tend to be a bit more relaxed. They know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. They know that sleep training will happen. The kid will get on solids. They're going to grow up and go to school. They know more about what to expect. And so they tend to be a little bit less nervous, I find.
Dr. Dina Kulik from the University of Toronto, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.